Nupur Sharma is a member of the National Executive of the Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha. Typically in the past, the BJP has been among the parties which first reaction to these incidents is it's not racism. Rahul Ishwar is a social activist. He's from the Sabarimala Trust. He's among those people who refuses to believe that there is racism in our country. He's one of those people who is typically in a constant state of self-denial about racism being there. Dr. Alana Gonma is founding member and secretary of the Northeast Support Center and Helpline. She has personal experience in dealing with this problem. Rito Broto is a young member of parliament of the Rajya Sabha of the CPIM. He's from Hyderabad, joining us from Hyderabad. And Bina Lakshmi Nepram, well-known social activist. I'd like to start with you, Bina Lakshmi. Do you believe that at least today, because we have debated this before, I'm sure you remember? Yes. And I'm sure you remember the kind of ostrich-like approach which was shown by Rahul Ishwar, you know, when he kept saying that this is not racism, it's not racism. At least one of the times when we debated it last time, and he said it's a great country, don't call it racism. At least, do you think today people like Rahul Ishwar should openly admit that they were wrong, you know, after these series of incidents, that this group of people like Rahul Ishwar and the others, the politicians, should accept that there is a genuine problem of racism in our country, not a law and order problem alone?
Forget Rahul Ishwar. In 1967, India signed the United Nations Convention to end all sorts of racial discrimination against the people of the North, of the world. And if a country signs a UN convention, it has to be made into a law. For over 40 years, the country has itself had that Rahul Ishwar approach of ducking under the, literally like an ostrich. The second point is the government of India instituted the Baysborough Committee report, which is now with the Home Ministry, which acknowledged that there is racism in this country, and yet we are not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So yes, there is this approach. I thank you Times Now for taking this issue up, and it is time that the nation realizes that racism is not only when a young boy from the Northeast is beaten, his head shaved off and shamed. It's also when Shah Rukh Khan endorses Fair and Handsome. We have got, as long as we've got
yes.
As long as we have that attitude towards looking at others in that particular way because of race, the way our food smells, the way we look, the way we don't look like a normal, the way in which in every sense, till that happens, then there will be. So I'm like, today it's time to wake up. And at this time, with more than 300 cases of racial attacks or cases recorded at the Northeast Helpline 1093, instituted by the government itself in Delhi NCR, where more than 60% of the children from Northeast come to live, work, and study. It's high time that we rise it. It's going to be the darkest Diwali month ever. Northeast people do also celebrate Diwali. But this year, we will not celebrate Diwali in defiance against the continuing racist attacks. We think these are politically motivated. It's high time that we strike at the roots. And the Northeast Forum for Racism and all our team members and the community of Northeast and people who love the Northeast in this country, we stand to ensure that this is rooted out.
Absolutely. And I stand with you, Bina Lakshmi. You know, I'm from the Northeast too. And if anyone were to say that, you know, you are not as Indian as anyone else, and to say that, you know, we can identify people from the Northeast and target them. And in the case of Aayug and Chester, both from Nagaland, they were warned by their assaulters, who, by the way, are yet to be apprehended. You leave Sikenderpur. Okay, you leave Sikenderpur because you are from the Northeast. And no, I see your hand go up, Nupur, but you need to realize this, you know. Chester, one of the victims. I find it unacceptable. No, 1 second.
That was just
I find it. No, let me complete. Chester, one of the victims, has his hair chopped off while being beaten up. Now recall that the murderers of Nido Thaniam also had mocked his hairstyle, and the assaulters had chopped off Chester's hair. The appearance of a person is the reason a person is targeted.
True.
Appearance of a person. So I'm saying at least you would accept today there is racism in our country.
There is obviously deep-rooted discrimination in this country.
No, not discrimination. No, don't use the word racism. Say racism.
I'm not going
to
racism.
Say racism. What discrimination?
Of course there is.
Do we feel embarrassed to admit there is racism?
Arnab,
There is
please allow me to
racism.
complete.
No, one second. First, admit racism. Don't use the word
There
discrimination.
is, and I'm surprised that you started.
Regionalism.
Allow me to complete.
What do
I'm
you mean?
surprised that you started this debate by saying that the BJP has opined previously that there is not.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, as recently as the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, Mr. Jaitley, who's today the finance minister, came out highly condemning what Somnath Bharti did in Delhi.
Something. You know
So
something.
there is obviously a problem. There is a deep-rooted problem in India.
Once. You know, after the brutal murder of Nido Thaniam in February this year, Mr. Modi invoked Nido in his speeches in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. First of all, that was later. The initial response after Nido Thaniam's death, I remember it, right? It was from all BJP leaders who says, it's deplorable, the incident is deplorable, but for God's sake, it is not racism. Don't create a wedge, we were told by some BJP leaders. Don't create a wedge. This is not racism. And they said, by calling it racism, will you bring that boy back to life? I'm saying by denying it's racism, will you bring that boy back to life? Why does it embarrass people to say there is racism?
I'm sitting on your show, Arnab. I am accepting there is a problem.
No, what
there
problem? Call it the racism word. We are the first
I'm using
people.
the word for
when
you.
Indians
and I'm
are the
surprised if the finance defense
Say-
and hang on a minute. If he's accepted there is racism, of course we face this problem. And you know
I'm
what
saying-
the
I'm
problem?
saying don't camouflage
Can you please allow me some minutes so I can complete?
Don't camouflage it. Don't call it by any other
I'm not-
name. You cannot
I
solve the
use
problem by
the word
denying
racism.
it.
Arnab, I'm using the word racism. I'm not denying it.
Thank
There
you
is
for
a
saying
problem. And the way we are killing each other, we are at the throats. There is a deep-rooted prejudice that we are
Prejudice,
living with. And
racist prejudice.
Of course, there is racist prejudice.
That's
we
it.
have a problem, and I'm going to go even to the Dholakwa rape case of 2005, if you remember. It's shameful. I'm a lawyer. Somebody from my community came on in the court and said, you know, the way she dresses, the way her lifestyle is, she was inviting trouble. I mean, it's pathetic because we are on each other's
No, I'm on a very
throats. We are
specific
ready to
point.
kill
Is
each
there
other,
racism
and
against people
maybe
from the Northeast?
Victims,
Should I open up? I'll open up to calls. I'm telling you, one second.
I'm accepting there is racism.
To the hashtag tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching this, you know, I'm a proud Indian. I'm a proud Indian. I'm proud to be from the Northeast. I'm very proud to be Indian. But I think it doesn't make us better Indians, Rahul, by denying that there is racism. Even if it is one or two bigots, we need to call those people out, okay?
True.
And we need to call them as racist. We can't say, oh, you committed a crime. You beat up a boy. You attack somebody because of his appearance, because where he was from. What do you want to do? You want to ghettoize people? You want people from the Northeast to live in ghettos? You want them to feel insecure? Do they not contribute to Bangalore and Delhi and Mumbai and wherever they live? Will we not make examples of them? But you know, people like you, Rahul, people like you, who are embarrassed to call it racism, people like you are contributing to these problems happening, because these guys think we'll get away by saying it's a local scuffle. It's not.
No.
You understand,
three
Rahul?
things. One.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing.
Call it racism,
I'm
Rahul.
Embarrassed.
Reform. No, don't say you're embarrassed. It doesn't help.
Hold on.
Saying I'm embarrassed doesn't help.
Because such a thing is happening. Second thing,
No.
those who attack Northeast attack the very idea of
You're
India.
repeating
We are
the
all
same old
sat from
record
Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Northeast.
record you're
The
repeating.
third thing, whenever we address a
Veena Lakshmi
solution,
remembers
whenever we address
this.
a
Veena
problem,
Lakshmi was on a
we
debate
should-
with you.
No,
Veena
hold
Lakshmi
on.
was
I know,
on a
I
debate,
remember.
the same
I
record you
remember.
were playing then
We
also. Because
I
you're
know.
embarrassed to call it. You admit it's racism.
We
You admit
shouldn't
it's racism.
aggravate
When
the
a person-
problem. We
you
should
admit
try
it's
to
racism.
alleviate the problem and find a
alleviate the
solution
problem
for
for
it.
what is the problem?
I have personally spoken to many political parties, and all political parties understand that this is a serious issue.
You see that.
This issue is of regionalism, linguistic
Regionalism.
chauvinism.
You see
But when you brand it as racism, it has other connotations which can potentially have much more dimensions.
What regionalism? No, what regionalism? That's rubbish. I want to go to Dr. Alana Goenmai, Rita Brato, as well as to Veena Lakshmi, and I'll go to Priyanka, of course. Regionalism. Now let me tell you. No, 1 second.
India into
What regionalism? You consider what the three told the victims, as has been reported. They said, quote, if you outsiders know how to eat food that is produced in Karnataka, you must learn to speak Kannada. This is India.
Linguistic chauvinism.
No, 1 minute. Linguistic chauvinism. This is India, not China.
True.
He says, he's
Very
quoted, this is India, not China. What do you mean? What do you mean China? I say the people from the Northeast stand there as proud members of an Indian nation. And I think those people are disgraceful. These are the people who are not truly Indians who tell these people, who work in their own country. This is India, not China. What do you mean by that?
See, nobody's
What do you mean?
these facts,
And then you say regionalism. Come on, regionalism.
You're commenting on somebody.
I'd like to get
and Arnabji, let our debates not fuel fire. We shouldn't add fuel to the fire. We should try to put water to the fire.
Really? It's not racism?
I just have one comment to make here, please.
Alana Gonmai, is there or is there not? Alana Gonmai, is there or is there not an implicit racist angle?
Let me come in.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, that is the problem. They don't want to accept that racism exists in this country, number one. This is one of the reasons why we cannot address this issue. They will say that if you are a Bihari, they will call you a Bihari. If you are from Madras, they will call you Madrasi. These are some kind of justifications they will make. Because you cannot speak Hindi, that is why you are insecure here. So they will have multiple reasons because they don't want to say the word racism. This is one thing. And coming to the recent incident, there was a huge fight or a big fight in the month of March, 30th March. And I believe that there could be the same group of people who have done the same thing in this recent case in Gurgaon. Because they say that why did you file an FIR, in that 30th incident on 30 March. This is what they told them. Then we told you from that time onwards to leave the Sikenderpur area, but you people are not going. So this time we spared you because you both are from Nagaland. And then when you go out, you tell all the Northeast people to leave Sikenderpur. See, this is the kind of statements, these are the kind of languages that they have used. So are we still waiting for more dead bodies? And in a society, if somebody's hair is chopped off, this is a shame. Because they shame the society, they shame the nation. That is why their hair should be chopped off. But these boys, what have they done wrong? They did not do anything wrong. So what kind of, racism exists in this country? Are we not ashamed of ourselves? Stop talking, but start thinking of what you are supposed to do. We are fed up of all those statements, emotional statements, talking about trees and rivers and the beauties of the Northeast.
Yeah, the people, I agree with you, Alana, the people of the Northeast don't need to be patronized, and I'm saying today, this is not only racism. What has been seen today in Bangalore is a form of xenophobia. Because what these people say, one second. 3 assaulters in Bangalore, they told their victims before beating them brutally, coming to you, Ritobroto, and I'm quoting from the complaint letter submitted to the Bangalore police by Michael Howkip, one of the 3 victims. This says, the miscreants too were having food at the same stall when they questioned our rights to even eat food because we did not speak Kannada. Let me quote their statement. If you live in Karnataka and eat Karnataka's food, why don't you speak Kannada? So clearly, the provocation for the assaulters was that the victims are from a different state and do not speak their language. If this is not xenophobia, then what is? I don't know why some people get so embarrassed. Of course it is. Exactly. And I say, one second. This channel, Ritobroto, this channel fought a battle for Indians who were the victims of racist attacks in the year 2008 in Australia. We made the Australian government apologize and acknowledge it when it's happening in our back door, Ritobroto. We want to hide like ostriches and believe it's not happening. We want to pretend it's not happening.
What is happening basically, it has been continuously happening from the Nidotanium incident. One after another incident is coming up. This is a clear-cut racist bias in all these attacks. There is a clear-cut racist bias. This is continuing. What we are demanding, I will tell you just about an incident. After the Nidotanium incident happened, in February, 2 ladies from Manipur were assaulted in the Kotla Mubarakpur area. And after that, on 13th of February, in the parliament, there was an unanimous resolution condemning the attacks. And on 14th of February, just stone throw away distance from the parliament, in front of the Vittalbhai Patel house, peaceful protest of the Northeast students were going on. There was a brutal lathi charge, completely unprovoked brutal lathi charge took place. And interestingly, 2 of our MPs, one from my party, CPIM, and another from CPI, they were went there and they were also arrested for participating in that protest. So this is the incident. One after another incident is happening. What I believe, my party strongly believes, we will definitely take up this matter in the coming session of the parliament. A very strong anti-racist law needs to be enacted.
No, but these politicians don't do it. No, I don't know. No, of course it needs to be enacted. It needs to be enacted. And I'm coming to Priyanka. By the way, phone calls are buzzing behind us in the newsroom. I'm going to take a few callers. Please stay on the line. My question is, Priyanka, it is racism. Is it not racism when you issue an open threat to someone who visibly appears to be not native to the state you question, speaks a different language, compares him to a Chinese and then wants him to leave the state because he does not speak the same language that you speak? Priyanka?
I won't hesitate in calling that racism, and so I wouldn't hesitate in calling that racism.
Then why do your state governments why does the Haryana and Karnataka both Congress ruled states? No, Haryana and Karnataka are both Congress ruled states.
Now can I?
No, 1 second. 1 second. You
okay,
Haryana and
no, 1
second. No, 1 minute.
No, you have to give me a second.
No, you have to give me a minute. Listen to my question. No, today you have to give me a minute.
Why?
I am asking you. No, I am asking you.
Sure.
I am asking you. I am asking you. You let me. Haryana elections are happening, right? So you think these Northeast people who are there are not a vote bank, okay? I can assure you, Priyanka, if Bhupinder Singh Hooda thought those people from the Northeast were a vote bank, no, then ACP Dalbir Singh would not dismiss the concept of racism like in the way that he did. Where is your Chief Minister today? You, in this country, parties like Congress, they only care for vote banks. You know, the people from Northeast are not a vote bank, no?
The Home Minister downplayed the issue.
They're not a vote bank, no? They can be treated like anything. No. They can be. I say your Chief Minister in Karnataka and in Haryana, do they have the guts to put these people up, put them on television? I'm saying use your state-sponsored and put those people up who are the racists. Let the people of this country ask them questions. And let's make an example of those racists. No, let's make an example of these racists. Why was the police whisking these boys away, saying it is not a racist attack? Why was he doing it? Why was he doing it?
Why did the Karnataka Home Minister downplay the issue? You need to ask that also.
No, explain to me. Why? By the way, where is Rahul Gandhi now?
No,
where is Rahul Gandhi now?
Allow me to speak. Come on, what is Rahul?
What is Rahul Gandhi? In the Nido Tanyam case, he stood on the stage because he wanted votes before the election. Where is he today? Where is he today? Where is she? Where is he today? Because you don't need the votes of these people, you see.
Request the central government, please request the central government
central
to ensure that all that the Besbarua report had mentioned is implemented. Please, there is nothing in the IPC. There is nothing in the IPC. You are equally guilty. BJP government is equally guilty.
Keep blaming each other. Keep blaming each other.
Outside when the Chinese president was visiting, we saw what you all did in Ahmedabad with Northeastern, people from Northeast. No, listen, Nupur, you have no face to show because considering you have a Minister of State for Home who is from Northeast, who said he would take
why did the Karnataka Home Minister downplay the issue? He called it an isolated incident. You remember 2 years ago, when the BJP government was in power, the Chief Minister had to run helter-skelter just to quell rumors. That there were problems of an attack on Assamese people in Karnataka.
Thing you can do, by cross-talking.
Why did your Chief Minister not come out and give a statement? First you tell me that. Why did your Chief Minister not come out and give a statement? Why did your Home Minister downplay the issue?
You have to let me speak.
What did your Chief Minister do in Karnataka? Where is Mr. Hooda in Haryana?
This is not a political issue. We shouldn't rub salt into the wound.
Why is it not a political issue?
Why is it not a political issue? Who says
why is it not a political issue?
I
tell you, I'll make it a political issue.
This is a national issue of Indian integration. This is not about party politics.
Oh, it's not because you don't care for people who are not vote banks.
It's a political issue.
You're not willing to look into the issue.
Northeast is in our soul. Northeast people are our brothers and sisters like any other place. We all realize that there is a problem, but the difference is only of approach. We realize there is a clear and present danger of people getting divided among regional, language, chauvinistic lines. We should unite people and we should not rub salt into their wounds. We should not brand it racism and we should not perpetuate the divide. I being from South, I know race can be a very touchy word. You people in North India should understand that. Then again a North-South racial divide will come.
See, this is the prejudice. You people in North India, what is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? You people in North India, you people in South India, you people in Northeast India, that is the problem I'm talking about. And actually at the very start of this debate, you are outsiders. I'm sorry, the Constitution doesn't allow you to call anybody who's Indian, who's an Indian citizen by birth, as an outsider. The Constitution bars it. You can move around anywhere in the country, you can live anywhere. Madam, please, what is your problem? I'm not even talking to you, I'm talking to Rahul Ishwar here. That is the problem.